What is up everybody, it's your boy Cameron Bash here and welcome back to the Movement channel. Today, we're coming at you guys with another WWE 2K22 video. As off of the back of yesterday's massive announcements for the game, we've managed to gather even more information about the creation suite for the game, and we wanted to share that with you guys here today. Now, if you were busy yesterday and you happened to miss what happened, WWE 2K22 came out with a massive drop of information, including a new trailer, an interview with Rey Mysterio, as well as a press release containing tons of new information about the game. If you want a breakdown of everything that we got yesterday, we'll leave a link to our video covering that in the description down below for you. Since WWE 2K22 made that announcement, there have been other pieces of information exploding onto the internet in various different ways. Some of this information is coming from interviews with the developers, some of this information is coming from tweets from people who work at 2K, and some of this information is just coming from random websites here and there. But don't you guys worry, because we've done all the hard work for you, so you don't need to go on a wild goose chase across the internet looking for all this stuff. As mentioned, today we're focusing on the creation suite stuff, as there is a hefty amount of it, but there is plenty of new information that we have to talk about as well, relating to my rise, my GM, my faction, and so many other aspects of the game. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those videos when we upload them, make sure you subscribe and click that bell to turn on notifications. But with that out of the way, let's not waste any more time and get into what you guys came for today, all the new information that we have about WWE 2K22's creation suite. So to kick us off, let's show you all a brand new image of the creator superstar within WWE 2K22. As you can see, this gives us a look at a character in the middle of being created, currently having his gloves selected, and when we compare this to the last game in WWE 2K20, we can see that there are a few new options as far as gloves go, as well as a few new parts on the leather Witch Doctor core itself, so hopefully this is just a taste of a nice selection of new parts to come. Towards the bottom of this screen, we can also see the option to press Y to change persona. We couldn't find any confirmation at this time as to what this means exactly, but when members of the 2K team have been using the word persona, they have seemingly been using it in place of the word attire. So this may be an option to switch between which attire you're editing, but we don't know 100% what it means at this time. If you have any idea what it could mean, be sure to let us know in the comments down below. This image was found on the WWE 2K22 website and came alongside a blurb which read, "Build for yourself, share with the world. The creation suite is back and better than ever. Be yourself or someone else, then step in the ring anytime, anywhere in the world." Which doesn't really give us anything new to go off. Following on from that image, we move over to an interview that content creator Brian Mizik did with WWE 2K22 developers Lionel Jinx and Christina Pham, where they shared tons of information over a 40-minute period. Brian asked these guys loads of great questions, so if you guys are interested in seeing this full interview for yourself, we'll leave a link to that down below for you, but let's get into all the juicy creation suite information that was shared here. To start, Brian asked what can be customized in WWE 2K22, to which Lionel answered by saying that they took a good hard look at the creation suite and everything that they were already offering players in previous games, and came to the realization that they are already giving players everything that they need, but some modes have flaws. Lionel specifically referenced the NBA 2K series and how good the custom characters look when compared to the in-game players for that game, and how they wanted to reach that level of quality within the WWE 2K series. As part of that, he mentioned the new, large Yokozuna type body that they have in the game, and said that they know this is the type of quality that players want to see. He then went on to mention clipping, that being when you see superstars' body clipping through certain attire pieces, such as robes or jackets. Lionel said that this was something that they didn't feel was quality enough for the franchise, and efforts have been made to prevent this in WWE 2K22. But with that, it has led to some things needing to be removed from Create a Superstar mode. What those things are weren't specifically mentioned by Lionel, but he did mention that the body sliders were part of the problem with that, so that may be an indication of one of the things that had to be removed. Lionel also said that the game will feature around 6 pre-built models, which Lionel referred to as personas, which players can pick up and use if they feel too intimidated by the amount of customization that is available at first. So, by the sounds of things, efforts have been made to push Create a Superstar in a direction that allows you to create better quality superstars overall, but in doing so, there will be a few extra limitations that they had to impose in order to reach that goal. Hopefully, whatever those limitations are, they aren't anything too serious. Lionel then went on to confirm a new feature for Create a Superstar, that being custom renders. Now, when you make a custom superstar in the game, rather than you needing to use an in-game image of your character whenever it appears on match cards or in the menus, you can upload a complete custom image of yourself or of that character so that you have the ability to make your renders as quality as the ones already in the game. This is obviously a very nice touch, as this will not only be nice for real-life superstars when making people who aren't already in the game, but you'll also be able to use it for your own custom characters, as well as any funny characters that you make. I, for one, am definitely looking forward to putting a nice Shrek render on my core. Not sure about you guys. Moving on from that, Brian Mazik did the God's work in this interview, asking about all the features that 2K have been silent about that we've been looking for answers to. To begin, he asked about Create a Finisher. Lionel touched on this by going back to his comments about bringing more quality to the game, saying that this just didn't feel like a mode that allows for that level of quality because of all the weird things that this mode does. He did say that the mode isn't completely off the table forever, so we may see it return at some point down the line, but it will not be in WWE 2K22 unfortunately, for anyone hoping it was going to get secretly snuck in at the last minute. Brian also asked about Create a Story. To that, Lionel was forthcoming about that too, saying that Create a Story is not in the game, and they touched upon some of the challenges as to why that is. Starting with WWE 2K20, they had to rebuild from the ground up, creating new tools to allow their developers to create stories for their games. With where they are currently at with those tools, they don't feel comfortable enough sharing those with the wider community as a service/product that players would be able to easily pick up and create with. He said that there's a lot more that they need to take a step back and look at before they're able to bring this mode back into the franchise. Now, while we as the movement, people who create custom stories, want this mode back in probably more than anyone at this point, we can really appreciate where the devs are at right now with things and why a mode like this wouldn't be possible at this time, but we do patiently await its return at some point down the road. Now, if you were around yesterday, you'll know one of the biggest announcements that was made for WWE 2K22 was the inclusion of cross-platform community creations, but there was a bit of confusion from the community as to whether or not PC would be included in this. Well, the main man himself, Patrick Gilmore, has confirmed in a tweet that yes, PC will be included in the mix and be included in the cross-platform community creations with both generations of PlayStation and Xbox. It's going to be very interesting to see if this means modded content will be making its way over to consoles when WWE 2K22 releases, and fingers crossed, it will be. Now, we've touched on quite a few things here today, but we've saved probably the most controversial one for last. While we know modes like Create a Finisher and Create a Story won't be coming back in WWE 2K22, something that we do know is coming back is Highlight Reel, and this was touched upon a little bit when Brian Mazik asked Lionel about it in their interview, and you need to brace yourself for this one, folks, because we didn't take this to be good news. Lionel said that Highlight Reel has unfortunately not seen any love this year and received no upgrades at all. This isn't great news to hear, and is pretty concerning, because if the highlight reel that WWE 2K22 is getting is the same one from WWE 2K20 with no love or upgrades, then that is going to be a big hit to the creative community who uses that tool, as the way that tool operated in WWE 2K20 was just not up to anyone's standards or ideals. Now, if they are taking the WWE 2K19 highlight reel and giving us that one, then that's a lot more acceptable, because that one actually works. But if the highlight reel that Lionel is saying got no love or upgrades is the same one from WWE 2K20, then it's going to be another unfortunately difficult year of trying to take advantage of that tool. We're going to have to wait for more details to come out on this, which as soon as we find something out, we'll be sure to report back to you guys with the update. But anyway guys, that is going to do it for this video. We hope you learned something new here today, and our Easter egg hunt across the internet for this information wasn't for nothing. What do you think about these updates to the Creation Suite? Are you upset that Create a Finisher and Create a Story isn't returning? And what do you think about the highlight reel news? Be sure to let us know all your thoughts in the comment section down below, and while you're down there, don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe for more WWE 2K22 content. Thanks very much for watching this video guys, and we'll see you soon for another one.